Today, I thought I would react to Unworthy Productions' Power Rangers Unworthy, the Psycho Menace. This has been a long-awaited project. I looked at the trailer a while ago and gave my thoughts, and I thought, hey, why not actually go over the entire thing and give my kind of critique about it, see what I would do differently, or how I would react, etc, etc. I'm also going to try and cut this up a little bit because I don't want to play the entire thing. So if you see me cutting, it's because I'm just giving my opinion on good things and bad things. I'm going to be linking this video so you can watch it and give your thoughts on it too, but I will also be linking this in the description and the top pinned comment. So with that, let's jump straight into it. Okay, nice opening shot. I will give it that. I really do like that. I think that's pretty cool. okay, hang on. We're pausing. Blue's just absolutely knocked out. I love it. It's kind of interesting. This definitely gives me Star Wars vibes. Okay, some nice action there. Now, I will say this, I have noticed, and I don't know if it's on like the Red Ranger, but it feels like, I know that they've obviously like they've digitally put all of this stuff in the background, but it does generally, I think, kind of feel that there's not been enough feathering in like After Effects to kind of get the main thing, like it working quite well, because I think it's around about it's the Red Ranger that you can tell just around here. It's nitpicky. I'm nitpicking, but it's just those little things. This is definitely in HD, isn't it? Yeah, we've got. We'll bump it up to 2K, 4K, 4K. But yeah, like you can see around. I know it's a little nitpick, and again, it could just be due to the fact of the planting, and even in the kind of the leaves as well. I think it's just the filter that they've put on. Okay, so I didn't notice, but they've used clips of Andros and Zane from the show. Why is Andros sitting there just watching? Is he catching his breath? And why are none of them hitting him? So yeah, you can see it around, again, the Psycho Rangers. Generally think this is pretty cool, actually, to be fair. Really nice. Nicely done. Now there, we're gonna pause it for a second. Just there, I think I would have put in cheers, because, you know, it's like, you know, yes, 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 we've taken the Earth. I think that's what I would have put in to kind of give it a little bit more, like, yeah, I would have just put it in just to kind of give it a bit more ambience. Yeah, I know this would be layers. I think it's just it annoys me a little bit, but I love the background. Like, I actually think this is pretty cool. Like, I always think that when you do stuff like this, fans do it like 10 times better. It also feels like, even with the fire and stuff, like, where did he get his cloak from? But yeah, I think some of the stuff needs a bit more work.
The multiverse.
I know that voice.
Shadow dimensions.
I know that voice.
Bound by the infinite power of the morphing grid.
Nice touch there. Nice touch. Nice touch. I did like that. Very nice touch. Probably would change that text. That's pretty cool. Like that's the text I would have gone with. Yeah, looks really nice. The planets were absolutely fantastic. Like the effect there. Nice touch. Like this, I think is pretty cool. I like the tension build up. Right. Okay. Right. We're gonna go back just a little bit. Okay. So these four guys, absolutely fine. Maybe this guy here. It's just when they start firing, it doesn't look convincing. Yeah, like you'd hit your teammates. If you're moving side to side, you'd be shooting your teammates. Nice. That is very, very nice put in there. Now, I've said in the past that I think like the lasers that they're firing, the bad guys are firing, are just right. But when you have it with the others, holy shit. It's fucking dark, that. But like the others, like the good guys, their lightning bolts need to be bigger. That was just a little thing that annoyed me a tiny bit. I like the voice on this Psycho. Actually really crazy. Really like that. Again, gruesome. Like it. This, I think, is fantastic. And missing, but okay. Nice. I really like who they've chosen for the Psycho Ranger. The voice suits it perfectly.
Power Rangers will stop you. Oh.
The Power Rangers are dead, you fool. Now is the age of the Psycho Ranger.
This is one thing that I kind of notice, and not many people really do this when it comes to fan films and stuff like that. So when you're shooting lasers at the person and they're just walking through, it feels like they should at least kind of have that the jolt backwards, because it's force hitting them. And it's one of the little irks I have had. So I think that if you have like a little jolt back, I know it's hard because obviously when filming you don't know what they're doing, but you kind of think that you'd hold back just a little bit like that and then walk into it, because you'd feel it with armor, because it would be like, you know, someone just like doing that. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I feel like you could easily move back and be like, okay, and then walk into it, because then you're used to it. Just a little thing there. It is a nice touch. I like this. That's where you'd be massively fucked in a fight. That's really awesome.
Final scan complete. All candidates are compatible.
Why? Okay. Why would you not? Okay, I don't know why that got me a little bit. I feel like you're just having them standing there, and it's like you would already have known, and because you knew what was happening, you would instantly give them the powers. But also, I don't know if they've just got the guy to speak and then they've dubbed over it, because that's what it sounds like to me. Takes you a little bit out of it, I think. Pretty cool. I like that. That's awesome. Okay, this annoys me. This really annoys me a little bit.
You now hold the keys to humanity's survival. Godspeed, cadets. Sir. Earth's defenders.
Never surrender.
All right, guys, this is it. Ready?
Ready.
I like the Omniverse. Okay, I think this really annoys me.
Power coins.
I really like your voice though.
Crystals. Nexus prisms. So many annoying little ways to access the same source.
Okay, I just want to hear her voice. Okay, so first of all, where are we? I think this is what irritates me in this entire scene. Is you know that they're coming. So let's say you have roughly about 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes before they get there, maybe 5 depending on the blast door and how long it is. Then obviously you've got this scan and this whole thing of taking your time, and I don't know if it's to build up for it, but then it's more like, oh, final scans, you will take your keys, and then suddenly it's like, oh, we're going to take a while to morph, and then this part. Now, we've seen before in Power Rangers that it's quick morphing, and the only time that you see like the graphical effect is mainly due to kind of either bump up time as well as give the audience what they want. So look at, like, say, Ben 10, because they're wearing Omnitrixes. When you see that sort of stuff, Ben 10 is an instant thing. So then when he transforms into Diamond Head or whatever, it's how we perceive it. So in theory, it is quick morphing every single time. And the fact is that you've taken, let's say, a couple of minutes when you know that someone's going to bust through that door and hand your ass to yourself. So I think that you could really have sped this up. And I know obviously they probably didn't have suits or whatever. But this, I think, doesn't really give much to the story so far. I don't know if it's going to carry on or if they're going to be a major part of it. But right now, this gives no addition to the story apart from, oh, this could happen next. This is a sneak peek into the next stage. Kudos on the music though.
Wakey, wakey.
How did he get in there quite quickly?
Mind if we cut in?
I've spent years searching the universe for them all, using their power to build my empire for one purpose. But you've managed to access the entire grid from a single point.
Why would it turn to red? I don't understand.
Must find a way to thank you all. The last
Okay.
link to the morphing
I know.
grid I need.
Okay, so I feel like, why would it turn into the Red Ranger key? Not unless that's a thing for much later on. Like, I don't know why. Like, I don't know. They've got their powers right there, so they could have activated them still. And I know they're probably watching their friend like get absolutely like obliterated right now. But the fact is, they could have all morphed, or one of them could have morphed. And it's like they're just sitting there doing nothing. I don't know. It just irritates me a little bit. This is pretty cool. I really like that. I don't know if they've just taken an image from the show, or if they've got a toy or something.
That voice.
But that is really, really cool, to be fair. It's pretty cool.
Finished here.
Probably would have shown a battered Gosei head. Definitely Star Wars in all of this. Okay, so I've just noticed, and
It can't be.
okay, I think this also kind of irritates me because someone on set should have picked this up. So you can see right here his helmet is kind of closed, and that's fine. But because of the movements, his helmet's starting to come open. And that, like, these little things are the ones that really kind of take you out of it, because once you notice it. But it gets bigger because obviously either they haven't sealed the helmet or the keys around the helmet hasn't been done properly. And then it's much more visible here. So they have got a key in there, but I don't know why they didn't have, maybe there's one not at the top properly, but someone on set should have caught that and gone, right, just give us a minute, and then kind of like sealed the helmet. It's annoying, I know, but again, a critique of mine. Absolutely love this. This is pretty cool. They've done really well on this 3D model. Oh, so the music I know is really, really cool. I just want to know how Hasbro is going to deal with that. I think that's really cool. Like, that's a fantastic shot.
It's not possible.
Oh, the helmet just annoys me. It fucking annoys me.
Power Rangers should all be dead.
So I was led to believe.
Could use that power to seal the helmet.
I can fix this. Oh, Gold, get over here.
We.
I really like Gold's voice. But they're not tied up from the... They're not tied up from bound. We didn't see them get bound. Why?
Touch a genocide, Red.
Exit is
Mobilize your damn army.
written badly on that door.
John, we have an uninvited guest. Prepare for battle.
It's a really cool fight scene. I really like what they've done. I gotta give it props. I think that's pretty cool.
The Ranger.
Whatever. Together then.
Ooh, nice.
Battleizer Mega Mode.
That's really freaking cool. Like, I think that's my favorite effect so far.
Not yet.
I'm not a big fan of the the AI to kind of change it to make it look more younger or smooth it out. Not a big fan of the AI stuff. That's actually really cool. This, I think, is actually a really good fight.
Is that sword?
At last, the Power Rangers are no more!
Well, it's not true, is it? Because there's a load of them who just ran out the door. Oh, it's a very cool thing.
Super Spiralizer!
That's a really, really cool thing.
I promised him, even if it costs my life.
I really like his suit upgrades.
Andros.
What?
How about we talk?
Ooh. That's pretty awesome, actually. It's always the arbitrators coming in. It's nice that he showed up. It's like Nemesis from Resident Evil. Stars. I really like the props that they've got in this. Like, I really do like the gun props.
What is that? You dare challenge me?
You can call me the Chrono Ranger. This is a message to every Power Ranger in the multiverse. Hearing this, we need your help.
You underestimate my power, fool!
Where was Andros? Okay, so this annoys me, and then I'm gonna give my kind of really thoughts on this. So we know that, right? So we have Andros right here, and then when you watch the camera here, he's not there at all. So you kind of think that he's gone through the portal or something. Like, he's definitely not there, and it's not like it's a massive big thing. Like, that he should be standing right there. And again, he should be right there. And again, you don't see him whatsoever, so you think he's gone through the portal. Just in case someone says, like, oh, maybe he comes back through. The portal is here. It is right behind them. Again, I'm pointing this out here. Portal is there. She is there. No one is here. And then he comes out of nowhere. Like, where was he hiding? Because when you see here, you would have seen it because of the camera. And these are the things that really annoy me when it comes to these sorts of things, is because obviously this would have been all shot separate, but you should be having someone on set that would be looking at this going, right, we need to keep him there. Like, even if he was backing up a little bit, or I thought that he would reach out and grab her from the portal to kind of help you to bring her through. And it's just these little things that really annoy me when it comes to it, because the rest of it is absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to give my thoughts on this, and I think it's a really interesting story. I feel like it's a versus match. That's pretty much what most of these are. And I was talking to a friend about this, and yeah, like, there is no story to this at all. Like, what is the point of this? Like, why is Andros going to the space station? Why are there other Power Rangers? Why at the very beginning, like, you know, there is nothing there, and it feels like this is like really flashy, and it's just like, here, let's go straight in for a fight. Let's, you know, this is what the fans want. But in this entire thing, you don't see the story behind it. Not that I could see, not unless it was hidden somewhere. And I feel like this is a bad thing. So after listening to my friend when he was mentioning this, I generally was just like, okay, yeah, no, I get it. And now I can see it as well. Now, there is no story to this. Why all of a sudden are the psychos attacking Earth? Like, what was the main thing? I would have liked a build-up. So this is obviously 30 minutes. You could have extended it and had at the very beginning, like, this is set here, this is the Earth, this is when, you know, Astromina becomes the Psycho Empress. The Psychos took over, the Psychos tapped into a unique ability and unique power that was different from the morphing grid, and now they are terrorizing this Earth. And then you can understand it, but it just goes into, here is action, and then it's just like, oh crap. Now, I can excuse the kind of visual effects because I know it is really hard at times to get it all done. But when I kind of look at this, and depending on how long it is, it feels like some of the effects, they're not kind of blended quite well, and you can tell that they're kind of standing out. So sometime with the fire, then obviously you've got this space station, and normally I would imagine that a space station might not have concrete in it. It would all be metal and stuff. So seeing the effects, which are very nice, I know where they've got the effects from, but it feels like it's just a little bit out of place. And I've seen this like across this entire film. Then you also have the other Rangers, like, what, you know, they're getting their powers, but you don't know why they're becoming Power Rangers. Like, you've set yourself to have like a couple of minutes for you to kind of go like, right, shit, the psychos are coming like directly at me. Why are they coming at me? Then why are you giving these Rangers powers? Like, you have all these elements where they could have rushed out as soon as like the Psycho Rangers were literally at the door. You could have had one or two rush out, and it just feels more like that they were just there to witness. And, you know, why are they becoming Power Rangers? You could have had a whole thing of maybe at the very beginning where you have this space battle that, you know, the commander of the base is like, you are going to be the new Power Rangers. This is called Project Megaforce, and then lead it into it. I just feel like, again, this is absolutely beautifully shot. Don't get me wrong. I actually really enjoyed this. I think also the element of Star Wars a lot in this was kind of a little bit off-putting, and I was just kind of remembering what it was like when you had Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader, like, you know, in Star Wars 4, obviously, you know, the way that Star Wars is, and it felt a little bit like that. Now, I'm not going to just give way too much criticism on this. I really did like the choices for the voices. I think each one was fantastic. I really loved the Psycho Empress. I think whoever they got to do Caron's voice nailed it spot on, and it felt like it was a much, like, maybe a little bit older Caron, which I generally really thought was cool. The Arbiter, always a good choice. I think my favorite one, bar the Psycho Empress, is definitely Psycho Gold. I think that was absolutely fantastic. I just love the voices. I feel like if you would put a bit more story into this would have been almost perfect. It would have held more to it, and I wanted more. When watching it, I generally enjoyed it. I did get very frustrated at times when certain things just didn't make sense, and it's just like, what is the story to this? What are we watching? Now, I've literally criticized quite a bit, so I'm not going to keep going on. But yeah, I generally think this is really cool. Like, don't get me wrong, I really want to see how they're doing it, and I feel like they are doing more than most fan films. Everything is really, really nice. I just think a little bit more time working on the visual effects would have worked. I feel like with the stuff at the very beginning, where like you could see the outline, and I feel like I think I know what they've done. They've green screened a lot of this, but I feel like you could have just put filters on, and then you could have you can compose stuff into it, composite, sorry. But yeah, no, I generally really like it. Bar the criticisms that I have, like I would definitely kind of watch this in like a full-length feature film, because I'm guessing that as soon as the last episode is done, you could easily put it in. I think if I could give any major big points to this to kind of end this video, is to really think of the story, actually tell the story. As I said, me and my friend talked about this, and I feel like if you put the to the beginning part, because again, I didn't know what was happening. Like, why are the Psycho Rangers attacking? You need to tell that kind of story rather than just go, we're going to rely on action, we're going to rely on people knowing. Like, if you're shooting this for people who don't know Power Rangers, that just stumble across this, I feel like you have to really put a story in. You know, you could have said like, this is an alternative universe, because when looking at like the visuals from Power Rangers, I generally thought that this was the Power Rangers from the normal Earth. But I generally think this is really cool. I do want to see more, and I do love Unworthy stuff, because I do think it's some of the best fan films out there. I do think that this is great. I just hope they don't hate me for criticizing too much, because I generally do want to see this. I do care about it, and that's the reason why I pick holes in this, and I just say, hey, this needs to be done. So I think that what I would like to see in the next one is an actual story, rather than let's just go straight in fighting. That's just my kind of thoughts. Again, visuals pretty impressive to some points. I probably would have changed a few things. Yeah, generally thought it cool. This to me feels like it wasn't in space. It felt like this was in an underground bunker, which again, it pretty much looks like it. I will say the Megazord scene, I absolutely adored that, and I loved that shot. I think you could have kept that on screen a little bit longer, but seeing like the fire and the flames and the explosions, absolutely perfect. Really enjoyed that. So I'm looking forward to seeing if they're going to use Megazords, or if they're just going to use little things like that. But either way, I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Have you seen it? As I said, I'm going to link everything down below. If you want to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe, check out the Patreon as well as the channel memberships. I'm going to leave it there. Again, well done, Unworthy Productions. You have literally smashed this, even though I've just given you a ton of criticism. But yeah, you've really smashed this. This is really fantastic. I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments, and I will speak to you later. I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimona Cat, Kira Stanada, Micah Baldwin. Your help goes a long way to help support the channel, and if you want to help support the channel, the links to my Patreon and channel memberships are listed below in the description.
あらあら、チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。